Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon? This is Thor News, covering in for Dabu7. I don't know where he's at. The story is usually his ground. I mean, I'm not officially covering for him. I just haven't seen him cover the story. It's been out for a couple hours, so I thought I'd go ahead and break it. Usually, on my economic videos, I spend 20 to 30 hours on them, trying to impress my #1 crush in the universe, who works in finance as a reporter, journalist. But she called me a creep a while back, so I don't know. I'm just going to do one taker, and that's the way it is. Plus, at times I think InfoSec ladies take more interest in me than I really want them to. Okay, talking about technology. We have our second malware ransom attack spreading across the globe right now as we speak. Let's see, the first one might have been a test run. And no matter what, this is going to make Bitcoin skyrocket again. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is a subject I may actually approach as an adult and a real filmmaker someday. For now, we're just kind of jibber-jabbering on about this. Global ransomware attack causes chaos. All right, that sounds a little sensational, BBC News, right? Like, I wonder what the markets are doing. We'll have to check on that. Oops, your important files are encrypted. If you see this text, then your files are no longer accessible because they have been encrypted against your will. Bad encryption. Perhaps you're busy looking for a way to recover files, but don't waste your time. Nobody can recover your files with a decryption service. So it's basically ransomware where you have like 3 days to pay the money and then the money doubles and you have 7 days to pay the double money. And if you don't, all your files are deleted. Many reports suggest that screens around the world are getting this message, indicating a ransomware attack is to blame. British advertising agency WPP is among those to say its IT systems have been disrupted as a consequence. Ukrainian firms, including the state power company and Kiev's main airport, were among the first to report issues. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant has also had to monitor radiation levels manually after its Windows-based sensors were shut down. Aren't they using Linux? I mean, I don't even know. I don't have any hacking skills, man. I don't know how to code. I tell you what, though, I know how to read code. Because I've been dealing with hackers for years and years. Like a hacker magnet, you know? And so I know how to read code. I don't know how to code. Okay, I just thought I'd throw that in there. But apparently, like, Linux is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like, you can't be hacked if you use Linux. I don't know how to use Linux. Experts suggest the malware is taking advantage of the same weaknesses used by the WannaCry attack last month. If it initially appeared to be a variant of a piece of ransomware that emerged last year, apparently from the NSA, the National Security Association. Oh, we're all safer now. What is ransomware? Oh, that's a great question. Ransomware was called Petya. Weird. And the updated version, Petrap. However, that's not so clear. WannaCry in the Hall of Fame, in the Malware Hall of Fame. What can you do to protect your business? Nothing. Dude, I have a theory. If it is digital, there's no way it's ever going to be safe. You know, like, I always have this joke, like, okay, my luck has been so bad with the ladies. I don't know, for a while. So I was getting excited, like, man, maybe eventually science will invent a robot I can have sex with and talk to. But then I'm like, no, because then people are going to hack into my robot, and then they're going to get my robot to cheat on me. And so, you know, I don't know. I'm not totally giving up hope, but I'm no longer excited about sex robots. Okay. Oh man, I hope someone didn't get the the malware and then come to this video trying to figure out something. And they're like, what is this asshole talking about sex robots? I'm trying to get my files back. If that's you, I'm sorry, dude. Man, I just thought it was an interesting story, and I might get into talking about cryptocurrencies because I used to joke about them being World of Warcraft gold. Pretty much, like I equated the two together, but after seeing Bitcoin overtake the price of gold, I'm like, oh, maybe this is kind of serious. Though, in the same thing, channel I used to watch and like, Back to the Constitution, he was one of the Bitcoin disciples, like Bitcoin, 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 and then someone hacked in and stole like $30,000 worth of his Bitcoin. So that didn't, I don't know, I'm just saying, I may one day raise a bit of a budget and do 10-minute series on cryptocurrencies, but we'll see, man. I don't know. Okay, the Russian cybersecurity firm Kaspersky Lab reported that it believed the malware was a new ransomware that has not been seen before, despite its resemblance to Petya. Now I'm confused, and I'm reading the article. As a result, the firm has dubbed it not Petya. Well, that's genius. Kaspersky added that it had detected suspected attacks in Poland, Italy. Oh God, I can't talk today. That it had detected suspected attacks in Poland, Italy, Germany, France, and the U.S., in addition to the U.K., Russia, and Ukraine. All right. Andrei Borisevich, a spokesman for the security firm Recorded Future, told the BBC such attacks would not stop because cyber thieves found them too lucrative. You know what's weird? You gotta ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever had AVG? It's supposedly an antivirus program. Have you ever tried to get AVG out of your computer? That is hard. You gotta go in and find all the tiny files and pull them out yourself. A South Korean hosting firm just paid $1 million to get their data back. Wow. And yeah, it's a huge incentive, he said. It's the biggest incentive you could ever offer to a cyber criminal. No, actually, I think there are bigger incentives. Like $2 million is technically double that incentive. $1 billion is, I think, 1,000 times bigger than that incentive. Okay. A Bitcoin wallet associated with the outbreak has received several payments since the outbreak began. The wallet currently holds 1.5 Bitcoins. What? Equivalent to $3,500. What does that mean? Like 10, 15 people have paid? An email address associated with the blackmail attempt has been blocked by German independent email provider Posteo. That may be bad because then the people are going to try to pay and they're not going to be able to. Sounds like a really crappy situation. It means the blackmailers have not been able to access the mailbox. Uh-oh. Network down. Yeah, that was earlier today. I saw several people were saying so-and-so server is down. Other reporting problems include the Ukrainian Central Bank, the aircraft manufacturer Antonov, and 2 postal services. Russian oil producer Rosneft and Danish shipping company Maersk also say they face disruption, including its offices in the UK and Ireland. As far as I know, that these attacks haven't come over to America and caused any major disruptions yet. We can confirm that Maersk IT systems are down across multiple sites and businesses and business units due to a cyber attack. The Copenhagen headquarters firm said via Twitter, "We continue to assess the situation, the safety of our employees, our operations, and our customers. Business is our top priority." Oh, yeah. Yeah, corporations are number one thingamaduty to do in life. It's always your safety. Unfortunately, our company systems here in the UK and Ireland are down. Our phone systems are live or on hand to answer any questions. Good old bricks and mortar telephones. Spanish media reports that the offices of the food giant Mondelez, whose brands include Oreo and Toblerone, had suffered heart attacks. Well, I guess, if you're just eating Oreos and Toblerone, that's not good for you. That's almost as bad as eating bacon every day, all day. Wait a second, maybe I read that wrong. Whose brand? Oh, they'd suffered attacks. If I would take payment in double stuffed Oreos, especially the red velvet ones. Netherlands-based shipping company TNT said some of the systems needed remediation. Yeah, mediate that stuff again. That's dumb. I'm being dumb. And if you came here for the news is serious, it's just shit. The world could end freaking tomorrow. I'll get to that story next. And the French construction materials company Saint-Gobain has said that it had fallen victim. Okay. And in the U.S., pharmaceuticals maker Merck and local offices, the law firm DLA Piper, have been affected. And they sent out emojis with notes that said, please remove all laptops from docking stations and keep turned off. No exceptions. Or a sign erected in the lobby of the DLA Piper's Washington, D.C. office. The attacks come 2 months after another global ransomware assault known as WannaCry, which caused major problems for the UK's National Health Service. I remember because that day that happened, oh man, Fitzroy got in a wreck. I got paranoid and pulled out as much cash as I could. And then my number one crush in the universe, because she's so smart, she has fantastic je ne sais quoi. And I hate to say it, she's the most beautiful woman in the whole world. She and I were tweeting back and forth. Whatever. No defense, man. Maybe I'll spend time on economic videos again sometime in the future. But don't bet on it. Veteran security expert Chris Weisopal from Veracode said the malware seemed to be spreading via some of the same Windows code loopholes exploited in WannaCry. Dude, one time I found this, because I do a lot of image searches and just weird searches to get all the super visuals I have in my edited videos. And I found this one thing. It was like some weird document that talked about basically every computer or every smartphone had 7 potholes in it, 7 different modules, or so literally for the NSA, or technically any hacker knew what the hell he was doing, they have 7 places that they can get into your machine. So it's like nothing is ever safe, man. Nothing. Right. This dude said the malware seemed to be spreading via some of the same Windows code loopholes exploited by WannaCry. Many firms did not patch those holes because WannaCry was tackled so quickly. Now that sounds like a genius move. So you basically get a warning and you're like, it's like lightning. Hackers never strike twice, right? We've seen reports of a global cyber attack and are talking to our partners. We will share more information when available. Oh, I can hear you conspiracy theorists thinking now. You're like, Apple did it. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Way back in the day, like 2008, 2009, when my major hacking problems started, my computers, my iPhones get hacked, and I couldn't use them. And so I'd go to the Apple store like 15 times, and the Apple people would say, hey, Apple products can't be hacked. I was like, I don't punch innocent people, so you are just a microphone and a mouthpiece for your corporation. But let me tell you something. Apple products can be hacked. And it was like 5 years later, like, oh yeah, by the way, Apple products can be hacked. I was like, no shit, Sherlock. Anyway, whatever, man. These organizations typically have a challenge patching all of their machines because so many systems cannot have downtime, he said. Airports also have this challenge. Copies of the virus have been submitted to online testing systems that check if the security software, particularly antivirus systems, were able to spot and stop it. Only 2 vendors were able to detect it, so many systems are defenseless if they are unpatched and relying on antivirus. Yeah, so, Ukraine seems to have been hit particularly bad this time around. Reports suggest that the Kiev metro system have stopped accepting payment cards, while several chains of petrol, that means gasoline in America, I believe, have suspended operations. Ukraine's deputy prime minister has tweeted a picture appearing to show government systems have been affected. His caption reads, "Ta-da! Network is down." The Cabinet of Ministers Secretariat. Well, ta-da! Great. Have you been affected by the ransomware attack? You can go ahead and email, have your say, at bbc.co.uk. Or you can call them on WhatsApp or send pictures and video. Or you can tweet or send a SMS. Right. Comments? You got any comments? You got any cool, funny, awesome comments that are gonna? No. Okay. So that's it, man. This is a lo-fi, low-effort video by me, but I want to talk about it, even if it gets me in trouble. So there you go. All right. Peace out to everybody. And remember, always be good, kind, and considerate, sweet, but not too creepy to your #1 crush in the world. Peace out. She's really, I don't know. Okay, I'll shut up.